Today we're opening our Beckett slash BGS return. We just received this in the mail today. It contains 10 one-piece mangas from the English language. They are the God Pack, the PRB 01. So without further ado, let's open it. So as you know, or might not, PRB slash best is the only set in English that has a God Pack, and I was fortunate enough to pull one in December slash January of 2025 when the set was going crazy, and I sent it to Beckett right away. I think the good move was to send it to Beckett. You're trying for a black label. Worst case, you don't get a black label, and it's not the end of the world because the BGS 10s are about the same value as PSA 10s. There are some variations. Sometimes this is not true, but it's okay. Worst case, if I get some 9s or I get certain 9.5s, I'll reevaluate it in the future and see if it is something that I can send to PSA to get graded as a PSA 10. With BGS 10, often you can get a PSA 10 for a BGS 9.5. So that will be something I'll think about later, depending on values and how it goes, how it fluctuates over time and everything. In this submission, the minimum value I think I can get from this is probably $5,000 US. Maximum, let's say everything comes back as black label, which it won't. We're looking at close to 40,000. So just to show how crazy this submission actually is. There we go. So I don't know how to do this. It is my first Beckett submission. I've done many with PSA in the past. But Beckett is new for me. Grading process looks about similar. I'm gonna get something here to hide this with that. Kind of hard the way it's packaged here. Sort of ruined the grade for this one. I think I cut in the plastic. Yeah. So I kind of ruined the grade for this one, but this is great. So we got a BGS 10 for the Ace manga from PRB 01. That's a great score. The only thing that was off is the centering. So we've got a 9.5 for the centering. The rest, edge, corner, surface, is all a 10, so a pristine 10, not a black label. So I'm happy to see that. This is great. So I didn't see any defects when I sent it. Centering might be off a little bit on the back, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look at these a little bit closer, but really I don't see anything. To the naked eye, it looks perfect. Black label worthy. But you know what? You can't all get it. I'm happy with that 10. So here we have Sabo next. So I just want to make sure this is in the perfect focus. Alright, so this Sabo is probably the one that's worth the less. Just to give an idea, for fun I can show you what the black label prices or values are. For the card that previous to this, the Ace black label, there's 9.8% chance of getting it. There's only 10 graded black label in the world. It goes for close to 4,000 USD. We didn't get that, but it'll probably be a little bit over 1,000 USD with the grade being a BGS 10. For the Sabo, don't want to waste too much time here. Shut off my light by accident. So the Sabo in a black label, there's 14 that was graded out of 90, so that's 15.6% chance of getting a black label. Is worth close to 3,000 US dollars. So let's see what we can get for this one. A 10. So I'm gonna have to figure out a system to make that go better, but a 10 is amazing. I'm really happy with 10s here. Every 9.5, those are the ones that I'll debate sending to PSA. So breaking the case and then sending to PSA. So here it's a different situation. So the Surface is actually the one that dinged it down to a 10 and not a black label. So Surface 9.5. I don't know why, but considering these high percentage of black labels, 15.6, I'm expecting that, you know, centering is good on pretty much all the cards. The Surface is what affected me. So 2 10s for now is amazing out of 10 cards. Let's go to card number 3, Trafalgar Law manga. Stats for this one, if you guys are interested. Black label, there's 9 that were black label out of 104, 104 submissions. So that's about an 8.7% chance. So less than 1 out of 10. So let's see what happens. Black label just sold in an auction on eBay for $5,000 US. So that would be amazing. So let's go. BGS 10. I'm really happy with BGS 10s. Don't get me wrong, I'm looking for black labels, but I'm really satisfied, really happy with 10s. So these are, in general, are worth, sometimes, I'm correcting what I said earlier, but sometimes these are worth more than PSA 10, just because Beckett, in general, is a little bit tougher on their grades, on their 10s than PSA, from my experience and from what I've seen around. So I'm really happy with 10s. These would have been 10s for PSA for sure. So yeah, so Eustace, Captain Kidd. Let's see the stats for this one. Captain Kidd has a population of 2 out of 107 that were submitted to Beckett. So very low percentage, around 2 to 2.2%. In a black label, it was last sold at $1,700 US. So not one of the most valuable, but still an amazing get if you get a black label. So another 10. Again, really happy. This one got dinged on centering, so 7.5, 9.5 centering. Sorry. Surface. No problem. This is on the plastic inside the plastic, I guess. Really happy with that. Keep them coming. If I can get all 10s, I'll be happy. I don't need a black label if I can get all 10s. This is the biggest card, the one that you would want a black label in. If I get a black label for this card, I'm keeping this in the collection forever. See what happens. Black label value is $7,600 US, last sold in the last weeks. The population is still pretty rare for a black label. It's 4.7%. So there's 6 that were graded black label out of 128. Very rare. 6 in the whole world now. And these are from today, the 17th of March 2025. So great odds. Let's reveal this. Let's go. BGS 10. Really happy with that. You know, if there's one that I wanted black label, is definitely this one, the Zoro or the Nami, and we haven't seen the Zoro or the Nami yet. So, anyways, this one was dinged on centering also, so 9.5 centering. I wonder if that's what everyone gets the 10 and not black label on for these manga cards. I think that's sort of a classic, that everything is perfect for One Piece cards. Bandai really has this great quality, and just the centering that can be a little bit, tiny little bit off. Wow, all 10s for now, and we're at half. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 10s. Wow, that looks amazing. And 5 more cards to go. And let's go for the Zoro. So the stats for the Zoro, we're looking at a value of $2,100 US for a black label, which last sold in the last weeks. Black label, there were 9 that were graded black label out of 105. That's a percentage. Excuse me. Percentage of 8.6% to get, so a 1 out of ish 12. Those are my odds, so we're gonna cross our fingers. Let's go. 10 again. It's amazing. That's amazing. It looks great. It looks great. We were affected on centering again. So I think we were affected on centering for all of these. Centering except the one that was the surface. Yeah, the only one that was the surface is Sabo. So for now, it's looking great. Pristine 10. Shanks. Shanks, the stats are as follows. Black label sold at 4,050 US dollars a few weeks ago. Black label population is 9 out of 101 for a total of 8.9% chance. So ish 11 to 10% that this will be a black label also. So I'm just crossing my fingers. Here we go. Shanks. BGS 10 again. BGS 10. Let's go. Let's keep him coming. Really happy with that. So again here, no, actually this is the corners. So what happened with the corners? So I think I maybe see it there. Let's see if we see it on the back. No, we don't see it on the back. There's maybe a tiny little bit of whitening on the bottom right at the back of the card. And maybe I'm seeing something here. I don't know. My hair is in the way. I'm not sure, to be honest. So I'm gonna have to look at this closer. But you know what? I'm gonna trust their judgment. It's just my opinion in general for grading returns. I hate when people bash the graders and this one must have been in a bad mood or in a good mood, etc. I just think, you know, just trust their grading process. They grade well. They have their criteria. They're more experienced than us. If they give you 9.5 on centering, just accept it. I accept it. If there's something, I will, you know, submit to PSA, which is completely different story, different grading standards and everything. So the Chopper, a lot of people are fans of Chopper. I personally, I don't like the character Chopper. I've probably mentioned this a few times in my other videos, my openings and stuff, but Chopper, I just think his voice is just annoying. but still a great character for in the One Piece world. Last sold at 1,700 US dollars. It was sold twice at that value, so it's just more reliable as value. There's 3 that were graded black labels out of 94. It's about 3.2% chance for me to get a black label on this one. If I get a black label, I'm definitely selling that card for the crazy value, and maybe I'll put it towards buying a black label of a card that I like more, like Luffy or Nami or Zoro. I didn't see the Nami yet. I'm excited to see that. So Tony Tone Chopper, here we go. BGS 10, let's go. So the centering again, 9.5 here. We're getting dinged down for centering a lot, but that is the usual. I think this is kind of weird. The tag here is like folded, just less visually appealing, but it's fine. Yeah, beautiful card. And these are all sequential, so I'm not going in order, but they're still sequential at the whole God packs. I'm pretty happy with that. If they're all 10s, wow, I'm actually realizing this would be crazy. All 10s in BGS 10 sequential God pack. That would be amazing. So if we get a 9.5, I'm gonna be a little bit sad, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. It's still a crazy opening. Nami, before we reveal it, Nami is valued at 5,000 US dollars. It was sold at that for a black label. 11 were graded as a black label out of 387. That's 2.8%. So 1 out of this is like 10, 20, there's 40 I think, so 40 times, yeah. So 1 out of 40 manga Nami that gets sent to Beckett is a black label. Pretty good quick math here. So here we go. So for a black label, come on, 9.5. That's fine. So corners got a 9.5 as well as centering, so that's fine. You know, we sort of expected way more than 1 or 2 9.5s. Definitely can't complain. And even though if I had the sequential BGS 10, I don't think I would have kept them together anyways. I wouldn't have sold it all together, so it doesn't change much. I don't see any issues with the corners, but you know, my naked eye is not the one to rely on. You must have seen something. I'm okay with that. And the last one, Sogeking. So Sogeking, the last one, if we can get a BGS 10 as well, I'd be really happy. There's actually no sales for black label. There's only 2 that were graded black label out of 87 that were submitted, so at 2.3%. So it's even worse than 1 out of 40. So I'm not expecting a black label here, just considering I didn't get one in all the rest. And this one is one of the hardest ones. But we'll take it if there is. So let's go. I'm assuming probably over $1,000 US, probably $1,500 US, or 2,000 or so. If I get a black label, I'll probably sell it on eBay, and we'll see how much it gets. So let's go with the reveal. The last card of the day, 9.5. So our 2 last ones were 9.5s. Just to mess with our emotions. The Nami and the Sogeking. The Nami I'll probably keep in the collection. This one I'll probably think about selling this one at debate, this one at debate, this one at debate. Favorite characters. And Ace I'll keep for a while also. Sell probably. This one is in the middle. I like Law. It was sold at a huge price in black label, so I figure in BGS 10 it might be close. But these I'll keep in the collection, see what happens in the values and the fluctuations. And these I'll probably put to sell or follow the trends and sell later. But I'm really happy with this submission. Just a word of advice, I think this is worth much more than PSA 10s of all the cards. In total, I'm really happy. I'll probably have around $10,000 US worth of value in all these cards. I'm really happy. And you know, I think you gotta send your god packs, your mangas at Beckett. I'm not making money off of me saying this, but I think it's the right call. And if you get 9.5s like I did for this card and the Nami, if you look at values online and you compare them for BGS 9.5 versus PSA 10, and you see that PSA 10 is worth much more, I think it is a smart move to break the case and then send it to PSA to get graded. The problem is you're going to pay more than just a bulk submission price. You're going to pay a little bit more, so it might be just borderline worth it. If it costs, if it's worth 100 more for the PSA 10 versus the Beckett 9.5, well, you're gonna pay $100 to get it submitted to PSA, so, or less, but the shipping and everything, so might not be worth it if it's just $100 difference. But that's if you really care about the PSA grades. A factor for me to keep in BGS is because they're all sequential, and it's a really cool situation. So this is it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you like this kind of video, if you like One Piece card openings or returns, like, follow, subscribe, and you'll get more videos like this. I've got a Beckett submission for 2 SP Namis from OP09 that is coming soon. I've got 2 big PSA submissions of around 40 to 50 cards each, a bunch of wanted posters, SPs, alt arts that I've sent over to get graded, as well as a few Pokemon cards, but more vintage, and some recent cards that friends have submitted with me. These will be posted in the next months. If you want to get a notification for that, you will get one if you subscribe and follow. So thank you, and see you in the next one.
Nami, Sanji, Usopp, Chopper, Robin, Luffy、ブルック、海峡のジンベエ、ゴム人間の船長、モンキー・ディ・ルフィ。